Hello guys, Chris here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the R9 280, which is actually the minimum required GPU by Rockstar, at least according to Rockstar's system requirements, of course. You'll need something like the R9 280 or better to play this game properly. So, yep, this is the Asus DirectCU version, but it has a modded cooler. Yeah, if you want to check out the modded cooler from this R9 280, it's actually in the description down below. I'll leave a link to my Instagram page, and it's there. And we're running a Ryzen 7 3700X with 16 gigs of memory. Of course, overkill specs for the little R9 280. Well, it's actually quite huge, this one, but yep. It's quite old as well. It's a 2012 card, rebranded as R9 280 in 2014, but it is actually a HD 7850, so that's why that's in the title as well. And we're going to be running it at 1080p, 900p, and 720p low settings, medium settings, and maybe high settings if we don't drop from 30 FPS at medium settings. As you can see here, starting off with low settings, let's go. Of course, the texture quality is set to ultra because we do have 3 GB of VRAM in this one after all. So let's bump up those textures because it makes the game look a lot better. It's night and day difference, you know. And guys, here we are, Red Dead Redemption 2 in the R9 280. And to no one's surprise, it's actually running quite well. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I tested an HD 7870, which is actually an R9 270X, and that was also playing this game very well, even at 1080p 30 plus FPS. As you can see here, we're around 40 in this one, so pretty good stuff to see. You know, I am very curious to see medium settings in this one actually, because this in Apex Legends at least outperforms slightly, very slightly. It actually got like 1 or 2 more FPS average than the GTX 780. Apex Legends, of course, runs very badly in older generation of NVIDIA GPUs, like the 900 series. The 700 series is one of the worst, 500 of course, 600, yeah, and so on. And because of that, this R9 280 actually could pull ahead of the GTX 780 in Apex Legends. So I'm very curious to see how it handles Red Dead Redemption as well. So far, the 780 actually got like 40 plus FPS all of the time, touching like the 50s sometimes at these settings, of course. But it's still very impressive though. I was expecting it to outperform or at least match the 780. But of course, the 780 was a high-end card. Oh boy, they're looking at me. Oh boy, okay. A high-end card back in 2013. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What the heck are you doing? You can do this. There's still one left. Where is he? Oh, it's that guy inside there. Okay, I thought that was a prisoner or something and I was going to save him, but...
Where's the sport in shooting someone in the cage?
Chill down, buddy. I'm just saving you.
I ride with Colm O'Driscoll.
Oh, go away, okay, bye. I'm just gonna loot these guys. But yeah, as I was saying, the 780 was actually a $650 card, don't forget that. This one, when it came out, was actually, what, 260 bucks, I think. The R9 280, of course, it was a rebranded 7950, and the one that actually competed against the GTX 780 was the R9 290. So that was the high-end card back then that competed against NVIDIA's GTX 780 and was actually very competitive, outperforming it by a little bit in quite a few titles. But nowadays, of course, it outperforms the 780 by a lot. The R9 290 actually performs a little bit like an RX 570, for example, for you guys to have an idea. You know, it's just a little bit slower than the RX 570, of course. And of course, the GTX 780 falls behind that by quite a bit nowadays. Enough with this talk, you know. Let's just change the resolution down to 900p. Okay, so we're at 900p. As you can see, everything else still the same altered textures, the same lowest settings everywhere else. This one actually is set to its minimum, as you can see. And can we get to 60 oh my god, we're actually getting pretty much the same FPS as 1080p. I didn't really see how many FPS we were getting before I changed resolutions, but yeah, we were in the 40s, I think, and now we're still in the 40s. So, okay, we're reaching this 50s sometimes, but alright. This is weird, actually. I was expecting the bigger bump in FPS by dropping the resolution. What the heck are you doing, buddy? Oh my god, what the heck are you doing? What the hell, dude? Why? Why did you do that? Why are you running away from me? I guess I'm just gonna rob you then. Calm down, buddy. Search? I don't know, guys. Oh my god! Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't do that. I thought you were calmed down already. Roach, where are you? Or Roach's girlfriend. What the heck are you doing in the other side of the river? Why did you go there? You're actually behaving like Roach. I'm not liking that behavior, okay? Roach's girlfriend. What should I call her, by the way, guys? Please, comment down below. Who the heck are you? Are you O'Driscolls? Please don't be those goddamn O'Driscolls. Let's just have a little stroll around the bushes here, around the woods. Not the bushes, these are actually trees, crisp, okay? As you can see, our FPS drop to the low 40s sometimes. They're usually like in the upper 40s, close to 50. As you can see here, in a more dense foresty area, we're actually dropping into the low 40s. But that's not bad, that's not good, that's okay, I guess. If you have a native 900p monitor, you could play like this with no problem. Let's do 720p. So we're at 720p now. As you can see, everything's still the same here in the settings menu, and let's do this. Can we reach 60? Nope. We're in the low 50s, so this is kind of like what we got with the GTX 970M, which was actually the last video that I posted before this one. So, okay, not too bad. I'm not sure if we should actually test high settings with this one, because I only tested medium settings with the 970M, and we were dropping quite a bit in FPS, like even 900p dropped to like 29 at its minimum. So, yeah. That was still a good experience, but high settings obviously won't gonna work even at 720p probably. So yep, we'll see how medium settings does. If we drop from 30, of course, I'm not gonna test high settings at that resolution. Okay, so not too bad anyways from the R9 280. Of course, these AMD GPUs or older AMD GPUs age quite a bit better than their NVIDIA counterparts. And we can actually... What the heck? Okay. Wolves! Oh, why don't you just hunt these deers over here? Okay, why did you wait for a guy in a horse with a goddamn gun to follow him around? Okay, I don't understand that. That's your decision. Just rest, go. Just eat some sand. What? There is no sand here. Eat some dirt. That's it. Okay. Right, guys, so we're seeing like 60 FPS, around 55 to 60, I would say, is like our average here. So pretty smooth experience, but the game obviously looks a lot worse than 1080p. I'd probably choose to play it at 1080p at like 35, 40 FPS than this. Actually, we were getting like 40 plus FPS almost all of the time at 1080p on low settings, so that was quite a good experience. Dropping the resolution here to 720p didn't do much to our FPS, which is weird. Can I call the girl? It's time now. We've seen our FPS at 720p, at 900p and 1080p at low settings, so let's switch now to medium and see how the R9 280 performs. Alright guys, we're back here at 1080p medium settings this time around. As you can see, the textures are still on ultra. These are almost the same settings that we used in the 1050 Ti, but in the 1050 Ti we did have this on medium, but we can't really have it on medium because of our VRAM limitation. Of course, we had 4 gigabytes of VRAM with the 1050 Ti, and now we have 3 gigabytes, and the game doesn't allow us to set some settings higher than low. For example, here, as you can see, water quality is the other option that it's different, and everything else I think it's the same as the 1050 Ti video. So let's do this. These are the medium settings that I chose to test with. So guys, here we are, medium settings at 1080p. We actually got like around 30 FPS with the 1050 Ti, and now we're getting around the same performance with the R9 280. So that's really good to see. Of course, the R9 280 actually performed almost the same as the GTX 960, if I remember correctly, and that one's actually comparable to the 1050 Ti in a lot of games. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I am impressed with this. Because it's an old card and a much older card than, for example, the 960 and 1050 Ti, and it's still handling this game very well, or if I'm just, well, okay, it's comparable to those anyway, so yeah, I'm not really sure. I think I am impressed a little bit because after all it did first release in 2012, and of course it was a high-end card for that time, and we're getting pretty much the same FPS as the GTX 780 as well, so that's pretty damn good to see. Actually, I think we're doing better in this one and the 1050 Ti 960 than the GTX 780 because of that driver support thing, you know. I think the 700 series is a little bit bad. Like Kepler in general, which is the 600 and 700 series, has a rough time playing the newest games because of driver support and stuff like that. Yeah, they're very old by this point and the architecture didn't age very well, so yeah, that's a little bit of a problem there. We can see that at medium settings the R9 280 actually does better than the GTX 780, but the 780 did better at low settings, so maybe there are quite a few options or settings that are very demanding on the Kepler architecture that aren't as demanding on the 900 series, 10 series, and for example the R9 series of graphics cards. So well guys, this is 1080p medium settings. I think we're gonna test high settings after all. So guys, if you guys want to buy a GPU to play Red Dead Redemption, I actually bought this GPU for 40 euros, so that's quite a good price to play this game at medium settings, 30 plus FPS all of the time. Like, lock the game to 30 FPS. God damn it, there's the bear. Please, please, come on, come on. God damn it, don't go this way. I want to go the other way, but there are so many trees around this. Okay, you know what, guys? It's time for 900p. So, yeah, hopefully that bear won't catch us. Alright, now we're at 900p. As you can see, everything else is still the same here in the settings menu. And yeah, as I was saying, I got it for 40 euros, and that's a very good price for this performance that you're getting in Red Dead Redemption 2, you know. Of course, the GPU also consumes a lot of power. It's a 2000 watt. What the hell? It's not a 2000 watt card, it's a 200 watt card. God damn it. If it was a 2000 watt card, just imagine that. Oh my god, we'd be dead here. Well, maybe my room would be so hot that I couldn't breathe, and maybe we'd die. That's not funny, Crisp. Okay, sorry guys. So 900p, as you can see, doesn't really give us an FPS boost, like a big FPS boost, which is very weird. I'm not sure why we're seeing this happening with the R9 280. I've never seen something like this. Like we're getting like what, 1-2 more FPS than 1080p at these settings? What the heck? That's really weird. It usually at least gives you like 5, 6, 7 FPS more than 1080p, but nope, it's just almost the same. Maybe like 5 FPS more sometimes actually, but you could see that we didn't even drop from 30 FPS at 1080p, and we're still in the 30s here at 900p. God damn it, my horse is really tired, guys. I'm just gonna go alone. Oh my god, I'm just gonna catch that guy over there. Look at him trying to run away from me. What the heck, guys? It's a rocky. Oh no, he's gone. God damn it. I was breathing there. Do I die if I stay here? Of course I die. No, just get away. Alright, can I go there? Nice, we can go to the train, guys. So, as you can see, we're actually dropping from 30 FPS now. Obviously, if we were here at 1080p, we'd still probably drop from 30 FPS, of course. Let's just get out of here. Let's just get... No! Bad place to get out of here, you know. God damn it. So guys, solid performance coming out from this card. So we're gonna go ahead and drop our resolution to 720p right now. So here we are, 720p now. Everything is still the same here on the medium settings and ultra textures, of course. And let's go, let's get into the game. And we're still in the 30s, guys. God damn it, are you kidding me? Like, changing resolutions does nothing with these R9 200 series, so you know what, guys? Just play at 1080p with these cards. You know, we're getting what, 10 more FPS than 1080p, like 9 8 more FPS? What the heck, guy? It's really weird. Just lock your FPS to 30, put it at medium settings, 1080p, and play with the controller. That should be fine, and that should provide you with a very good visual experience, and of course a smooth-ish like console experience, you know? Yep, guys, we're still in the 30s here with 720p resolution, which is weird to say the least, but alright, it's not so bad, you know, if you have a 720p native monitor, you know, or a 768p monitor. Yeah, you should be getting like pretty much the same FPS, by the way, at 768p compared to 720p. So if you guys have one of those 1366 by 768 monitors, you can expect pretty similar performance to what I get at 720p in my videos. So 38 to 42 FPS average. Yep, that's pretty much it, I think. Definitely a worse experience than 1080p at 30 FPS with medium settings. And I'm just gonna go ahead and test high settings at all of the resolutions real quickly, because I think from what I've seen so far that we should be dropping into the 20s at all 3 resolutions, because there's almost no difference between 720p and 1080p for some reason. It's like 10 FPS difference from 1080p to 720p. So yeah, just gonna do that. Alright guys, we're back here at 1080p high settings. You can see here, this is sort of high settings. Some things are on ultra, some things are on low, because we can't really put it higher than that. Otherwise we are out of VRAM according to the game. And yeah, as you can see, some things are on medium, some things are on low, some things are on high, some things are on ultra. Yeah, that's just basically what the game set itself to by the slider over here. So let's go with this, and as you'll be able to see in just a little bit, yep, we're now in the 20s. So finally we are seeing some weakness coming out of this card, which has been performing very, very well here so far at medium settings, even at 1080p. Very impressive stuff coming from the R9 280. Such an old card, still performing very well, but of course everything has its limits, and high settings seems to be too much for this little card. So yeah, that's 1080p here, 20 FPS. Not really that playable, you know, not really playable at all in my opinion, unless you really want to, you know, or unless you really want to play this game only for the screenshots, you know, because you can actually capture some very beautiful screenshots like this. So as you can see now, we're at 900p, and everything else still the same here on the settings menu. Yep, we got what, 2 more FPS, 3 more FPS by dropping the resolution. Yeah, dropping the resolution doesn't really do much in this game, it seems like. So this is not, oh my god, $190 of bounty, god damn it. This is getting almost in the playable zone. I would say like 25 FPS is like the minimum of the minimums required to play a game like this. Like, plug in a controller, lock your game at 25 FPS, and you'll probably be able to play the game, and after like what, 15-20 minutes of gameplay, you'll probably get used to it. But of course it's not a good experience, but with the aim assist from the controller and stuff like that, it might be playable and might be doable if you really want to. But of course, as you can see, 900p, not really a good experience. Right, 720p as you can see here, guys, and everything else still the same, obviously. How many times do I have to say this? Just kidding, okay? So, alright, and we got what, 4 more FPS. God damn. We still drop into the low 20s, as you can see, 23, 24. It's not even enough to get us above like 25 FPS. So for some weird reason, and I have never seen something like this, every GPU that I tested so far actually showed a decent improvement, like when changing the resolutions, you know, except for this one. This is like a similar experience to what we just experienced at 1080p with the same settings, you know. We're getting what, 2 more FPS than 1080p? That's just how the game scales, apparently, resolution wise, with the R9 280 over here. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like please, and consider subscribing if you haven't already, to stay up to date, because I test many games in many graphics cards. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one, and as always, I love you all. Bye bye.